Hey everybody, welcome to Stutz Outdoors. Today I switched it up a bit. Went to another town with a different lake. Some really clear water here, just looking for some spawning bass. Figured these fish would be up shallow on beds now. And I'm just looking, to start with, I'm just looking for big ones. And hooked up with a nice one here right off the bat. Less than 5 minutes into the day and boom, got a nice fish there. My intention was not to catch numbers today. I was just going to concentrate on the bigger ones. Look and see if I could find any big ones up spawning. But sometimes what you intend to set out to do is not what happens. And today was one of those days. Another rare day in Nebraska. The wind is not blowing at all. Pretty calm. As I missed one there. Looking for some good fish. Pretty much perfect conditions to throw a weightless worm here. There's not a lot of cover along the bank. Clear water, you can spot the fish, and you just want to make sure when you're doing this kind of fishing that you don't throw the bait right on top of the fish. Generally I like to see which direction they're swimming in and throw it out in front of them. Have them swim to the bait. Or if they're on a bed, throw past them and then bring it into the bed, into the fish. Into that zone where they really annoys them and they'll end up biting it. So I'd spotted a few other bigger ones that I was unable to catch. They would kind of mouth it, but they wouldn't actually inhale it, where I could get them hooked. So I just kept moving around the lake, catching some smaller fish, and the numbers just kept piling up. Even at this point, you know, I'm probably around 20-some fish. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to show all 150 fish in this video. Trying to keep it a reasonable length. So I'm just going to show some of the decent bass that I caught. Throw a few small ones in there. But this video is mostly going to be the bigger 14, 15 bass that I caught on the day, plus a few others. As this fish engulfed that worm pretty good, I'm trying to find my pliers here so I can get this fish unhooked and get this fish back in the lake. He didn't swallow it, so not too hard, just needed to get the pliers to get down in there and get it out. This water is nice and clear. The wind picked up a little bit, but it's not bad at all. I'm able to spot these fish out into 4, 5, 6 foot of water pretty easily. And that is one fat little fish right there. That is a little chunker. I don't know if it just ate something or what, but big fat belly on that little fish. Hooked up into a pretty good one here, I think. I'm working my way back into a shallow spawning cove back here on this side of the lake. Since the water's pretty high, had a lot of rain this spring, rain and snow, so the lake's pretty full. So I'm thinking these fish are going to be up here in the shallow cove, spawning up in there. And that one's not bad at all. That's a good 2 to 2.5 pound fish. Pretty nice bass for this lake. As this is a city park pond that gets fished a lot. I'm using a Cabela's glow stick right here. It's the swimming one. Got a little tail on there that gives it just a little kicking action at the end of the worm. Been using these quite a bit this spring and it's been working really well. Mixing in a regular glow stick and a 4-inch, and also a yum dinger once in a while. So I'm starting to get back here into this shallow cove, and there's just bass everywhere back up in here. Still trying to target the bigger ones. And that's not a bad fish. It's one of the bigger ones back here that I've seen so far. As I continue to work my way to the back of this cove. Pick up with another decent fish here on the worm. This is the time of year where you can really catch numbers of fish in these clear water lakes if they've got a healthy population of bass in them. They're going to be up shallow, and until they get educated, they're going to be pretty easy to catch. Some other baits other than a weightless worm that I would consider using are tube baits, and finesse jigs also work really well. And sometimes, if you got a real stubborn one, a bluegill colored crankbait, if they're on a bed, protecting a bed, can be really good. As I've hooked into a pretty good fish here, there was 2 big ones out by this island on beds. I tried to catch the big one first, and it wasn't really wanting to eat it, so I figured I'd throw a cast on this one, and it ate it first cast right away. And that bigger one is agitated now that I hooked this one. It's really swimming around all agitated. So I'd like to weigh this one. It's probably 3.5 pounds. Nice largemouth for Nebraska. Public water. But I'm gonna hurry and try and catch this bigger one, as there's a swan out here not too happy with a duck invading his territory. So you can see out there that swan chasing that duck around. Chases him up on that second island out there. Pretty funny to watch. Was unable to hook that bigger fish, so worked around in this spot. Hooked up with a good one. Now I just gotta get it in here. Surrounded by trees and got a lot of weeds along the bank here. But we're able to land this one. Pretty good one here. Another one probably over 2 pounds. Which is a quality fish here. And the fish just keep on biting. So many times when I'm trying to catch these bigger ones, the bigger one would be coming to eat the worm, and a little one would dart in and eat it before the big one could get to it. So many times. So I caught a lot of fish, a lot of them. The vast majority of them were not real big fish. But I'm hooked into another good one here. Took several attempts to try and get this one to eat this worm, and he finally ate it. Now I'm just trying to keep it out of these cattails. Only use an 8-pound line on the spinning gear, and I'm unable to keep this fish from just burying itself up in these cattails up in here. And this is going to be a little tricky. Cannot see the fish at all. I'm not going to be able to pull this fish out of here. So I got to try and find my line here and see where this fish is at. Try and clear some of these weeds out of here maybe. Find my line where it's going through the cattails. And try and clear some of these weeds out. Just trying to find where my line is going through all these weeds. See if I can figure out where this fish is hiding. Oh, there he is. I see the fish. See if I can reach him. Try to grab him, and I missed him, and he takes off and snaps me off. Oh man, that was a nice one. That was a good 2.5 pounder at least. But as I work my way down the bank, I'm hooked into another good fish here. Another good one. Lost quite a few, had quite a few nice ones jump off on me. Using a light hook to try and get better penetration with the spinning gear. And sometimes it just doesn't work out, but I'm hooked into a good one here. Just about got it in. And this is a pretty nice one here. Probably a good solid 2.5 pounds. Maybe bigger. Guess we'll go ahead and weigh this one, see what this one's gonna weigh in at. Just to weigh one. I'm guessing it's somewhere between 2.5 and 3 pounds. So we get the fish gripper hooked up and the scale zeroed. And this fish is going to come in at 2.76. 2.76 pounds, so 2 3/4. Nice solid fish. And that's just kind of how the day went. Just kept on working around. Spotting fish, casting to them, and hooking up. Just one of those days where everything went, for the most part, right. We lost, like I said, we lost some fish, but that's gonna happen. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the fish catches, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Fuck 'em. fuck 'em.